competitors of the great horned, these are the two most common that we'll see around. Most everybody's familiar with the great horned owl, kind of the most common owl that everybody tells me about. And again, right away I say, did it have horns? Well, yeah, but not very big. So they want to keep shrinking the horns down to say they saw a great gray owl. But frankly, if they've got horns, more than likely around here it's a great horned. Could be another owl, like a long-eared owl or something like that. But for the most part, this is what we have. And again, I talk right off the bat about the beak. I'll ask questions if people come up to me and say that they saw an owl. This is a really black beak, even though they have some yellow eyes, real black beak. And notice the color, they're really brown compared to the great gray. Forest dweller, and someone came up early and asked me about some owls that they have a lot of activity in January. And right away, that's the great horned owl. They're the earliest owl nester around here. So if you've got owl nesting activity early, January, February, that's this guy right here. So the barred owl, this guy, he's not well liked by a lot of folks, including the folks that are fond of the spotted owls over on the coast. This is a cousin. This is also a strict species. And note the barred, chested. The spotted owl, he would have bars going horizontal, whereas the barred are vertical. But just the contrast of the other two owls that I just talked about, yellow beak, but look at those eyes. Yeah, those aren't pretty. Like, I wouldn't want to do a presentation about barred owls because they don't look pretty. So, I always ask questions about the eye. They said, what do the eyes look like? Do they look like devil eyes? And, just black holes. And then, that's a barred owl. And both of these two guys are extremely competitors to the great gray. The great gray, even though he's the largest, got the biggest wingspan forest owl out there, these two will outcompete generally for habitat. And I've got a lot of habitat that I know of on national forest ground here on the Tonasca district that I have barred owls in. That would be great habitat for great grays. But these guys are there, so for now they're taking the little niche. So facial discs on the barred. And just take a moment if you see a forest owl out there and just try to note those characteristics: beak color, eyes. Do they have tufts on their ears? Yes or no? And then facial discs, and then overall color. These guys are fairly brown as well. And size-wise, this great horned owl is about a quarter the size of a quarter less the size of a great gray. And then the barred is even smaller than that. So if you see a big gray owl, then just start looking at other features, and you might actually have seen a great gray. Distinctive calls on both of those, and if you wanna hear those calls, I have some of my little MP3 I can show you. Another thing, if you live in owl country, just pay attention to time of year you hear them, time of year you see them, and then what it sounds like. The most common one is who cooks for you. If it sounds like who cooks for you, it's the barred owl, and I can play that for you after the presentation. But just listen to that hoot, and it'll tell you right away what it is.